Listen to me. Your life isn't stuck because you're unlucky, broke, or still figuring it out. Your life is stuck because your brain is running old software that was never designed to make you wealthy. And if you don't rewrite that software right now, you're going to live the next 10 years repeating the same small results, same limiting beliefs, same survival mode habits. Most people don't fail because of lack of opportunity. They fail because of the way they think. And in this video, I'm going to rip out every mental excuse, every poverty mindset, every belief that's been holding you back since childhood. Rewrite your mind for wealth, not survival. Listen to me closely. You will never make wealth money with a survival mindset. The brain that's programmed just to get by will never build anything big, bold, or legendary. Survival thinking is outdated software. It keeps you cautious, slow, doubtful, and scared of taking massive action. Wealth thinking. That's a completely different operating system. It's expansion, it's domination. It's thinking in multiples, not in crumbs. And if you don't rewrite your mind for wealth, your environment will. Rewrite it for survival. And trust me, you won't like that version. Most people live their entire lives like prey. They wake up reactive, anxious about bills, scared of risk, constantly defending instead of attacking. They operate like someone hiding from danger instead of someone hunting opportunity. And then they wonder why they never scale. Why life doesn't get easier. Why money never comes in tidal waves. It's because your brain cannot produce a millionaire's results while running a broke person's software. The people you admire, the ones with empires, not jobs, they aren't smarter than you, they aren't luckier. They just don't think in survival mode. They think in expansion mode. They think in how do I multiply this? No, I hope this is enough. They say yes before they have everything figured out. They walk into rooms expecting to control them. They invest before they feel ready. They take massive swings while others are praying for small wins. Their minds are trained to grow, not to sell. If your brain is wired for survival, your habits will betray you. You'll play small. You'll hesitate. You'll fear judgment. You'll choose comfort over growth. You'll stay around people who think too small to challenge you. And you'll spend your life managing problems instead of creating possibilities. Wealth thinking is the exact opposite. Wealth thinking says, I'm responsible for creating abundance. I refuse to shrink. I will outwork, outthink, and out-execute everyone around me. I want more, expect more, and demand more. I'm here to dominate, not to survive. Let me give you a real-world example. Two people get the same opportunity. Same deal, same timing, same chance. The person with a survival mindset asks, what if I lose? The person with a wealth mindset asks, how fast can I scale this? One plays defense, the other plays offense. One protects their fear, the other protects their vision. Guess who walks away with the money every single time? You don't rise to the level of your ambition. You rise to the level of your thinking. Your income is just a reflection of the size of problems your brain is trained to solve. A survival mind solves tiny problems. A wealth-trained mind solves problems that pay in millions. This is why the first step to becoming unstoppable is rewriting the mental software. It's not motivation. It's not luck. It's not circumstances. It's mental conditioning. You must aggressively delete limiting beliefs that were handed to you. Be careful. Play it safe. Don't take risks. Just earn enough. Too much ambition is dangerous. This thinking doesn't protect you. It imprisons you. If you don't rewrite it, you'll live a life smaller than your talent. Rewriting your mind for wealth means you start thinking on a 10 times plane. You ask bigger questions, take bigger actions, make bigger moves. You stop asking, can I afford this? And start asking, how can I create enough so price stops mattering? You start treating opportunities like oxygen and excuses like poison. You shift from fear of failure to fear of staying average. When your mind is rewritten for wealth, you stop functioning like a spectator. You walk like a creator. You execute like a machine. You think like an empire builder. You operate like someone who refuses to die with potential still inside them. Rewrite your mind for wealth, or stay trapped in survival. And survival is just a slow form of losing. You choose. Rewrite now. Move now. Scale now. Eliminate mental laziness. Money hates slow thinkers. Let's get brutally honest. You can't make big money with a lazy mind. You can work hard. You can grind. You can hustle 18 hours a day. But if your brain is slow, indecisive, distracted, or unfocused, you're already losing. Money doesn't flow to tired thinkers. Money doesn't reward hesitation. Money doesn't care how motivated you are. Money follows the sharpest, fastest, most decisive mind in the room. This is the part nobody tells you. Most people fail financially not because they lack opportunity, they lack mental speed. They can't process fast enough to capitalize on what's in front of them. They overthink opportunities until someone else steals them. They get a great idea, then sit on it until it dies. They wait for permission, validation, or the right time while someone with a sharper mindset takes action and cashes in. Mental laziness is silent poverty. It's invisible failure. It's the enemy sitting in your own skull. If your mind isn't trained like a weapon, you're going into the marketplace unarmed while everyone else shows up with artillery. And trust me, the marketplace does not feel sorry for you. Let me show you what mental laziness looks like in real life. You wake up and your first thought is complaining. You scroll instead of strategizing. You delay small tasks because you don't feel like it. You talk about goals more than you execute them. You allow emotions to interrupt your mission. You expect discipline to magically appear instead of training it. This isn't a schedule issue. It's a brain conditioning issue. Your mind is soft. And soft minds attract soft results. You know what wealthy thinkers do? They train their minds like athletes train their bodies. They sharpen their decision making. They eliminate distraction ruthlessly. They guard their focus like it's treasure, because it is. A mentally strong person makes decisions quickly and changes them slowly. A mentally lazy person makes decisions slowly and changes them quickly. Guess which category stays broke? Here's the real difference. Mental laziness is reactive. Well thinking is proactive. Lazy brains wait. Sharp brains move. Lazy brains hope. Sharp brains execute. Lazy brains seek comfort. Sharp brains seek growth. The faster your brain operates, the faster your income expands. Money is attracted to momentum, and momentum comes from a fast, disciplined, precision-focused mind. Think about the biggest deals in the world: real estate, business, branding, tech. These opportunities don't sit and wait for you. They don't care about your confidence, your mood, or your excuses. They show up. And if you hesitate even 10 seconds, somebody else grabs them. Wealthy people know this. That's why their thinking is trained to fire instantly. They're not reckless, they're prepared. Their minds are conditioned to analyze fast, decide fast, and act faster. This is why I keep saying mental laziness is more dangerous than physical laziness. You can force your body to move, but if your brain is slow, you'll move in the wrong direction. You want money? Then your brain must become your hardest working muscle. Not your body, not your schedule, your mind. Train your brain by reading aggressively, studying. People richer than you making fast decisions daily, eliminating emotional hesitation, taking action before you feel ready, doing hard things on purpose, cutting time wasting habits and people, practice. Focus like your life depends on it. Because financially, it does. You must force your brain into speed, clarity, and hunger. You must train it to be alert, sharp, and uncomfortably disciplined. No more waiting, no more pausing, no more procrastinating your own future. Because here's the truth: money hates slow thinkers. Money loves momentum. Money loves certainty. Money loves people who move before the crowd wakes up. Eliminate mental laziness, and you eliminate 90% of the reasons you're not rich yet. Your brain is either your greatest asset or your most expensive liability. Choose to upgrade it. Choose to sharpen it. Choose to operate at a level most people can't even comprehend. Train your mind to move fast, and your money will too. Let's get something straight right now. Most people aren't broke because of their environment. They're broke because of the programming inside their head. Poverty isn't just a financial condition. It's a mental operating system passed down from generation to generation like a family recipe for failure. And unless you rip that software out by force, you're going to repeat the same patterns you swore you'd escape. You didn't choose the beliefs you were raised with, but you are responsible for rewriting them. From the moment you were born, you were taught smallness, be careful, don't take risks, save everything. Money is dangerous. Don't dream too big. Stay in your lane. That's poverty programming. That's fear-based conditioning. That's survival mode thinking dressed up as wisdom. And here's the truth most people can't handle. Your parents, your teachers, your community, they didn't fail you on purpose. They taught you what they knew. And they only knew survival. They weren't trained for wealth. They weren't conditioned for abundance. They were trained to avoid losses, not to create wins. So guess what they passed down to you? The same software, the same fears, the same scarcity mindset. You inherited programming built for a life you don't want. This is why you must break it violently, consciously, and unapologetically. Poverty programming shows up in ways you don't even notice. When you downplay your goals so people don't think you're arrogant. When you feel guilty for wanting more than others around you. When you hesitate to invest in yourself. When you think money is hard to get, hard to keep, and easy to lose. When you chase security instead of growth. When you shrink your dreams to match somebody else's expectations. These aren't personality traits. They're viruses infecting your thinking. And viruses must be deleted. Wealthy people think differently because they were programmed differently. It's not magic. It's not destiny. It's conditioning. They were raised to believe, I deserve more. There's always a way. Money is everywhere. Risk is necessary. My dreams aren't too big. My environment is too small. Meanwhile, most people were taught the opposite. Breaking this programming means you stop running your life on inherited beliefs. It means you question everything you were taught. It means you stop accepting normal as the standard when normal is broke, stressed, and scared. You must become the first one in your family to think bigger than your tradition. But let me warn you, when you break poverty programming, you will become unrecognizable to your old circle. They will say you're changing. They will say you're different. They will say you're obsessed, crazy, too ambitious, good. You're not supposed to fit into the mindset you're escaping. You are upgrading your mental operating system from minimum to multiply. From don't lose to go win. From earn enough to create abundance. Breaking poverty programming requires ruthless daily action. Surround yourself with people who think bigger. Study wealth until wealth becomes normal. Expose yourself to environments where success isn't rare, it's expected. Replace fear-based beliefs with growth-based ones. Treat scarcity like poison. Stop taking advice from people whose lives you don't want. You're not fighting your past, you're replacing it. Because here's the truth. You can't build a wealthy life with a broke mindset. You can't attract abundance with scarcity-based thinking. You can't scale with beliefs built for survival. You must rebuild the entire internal system. You must become mentally unrecognizable. You must operate at a level your old programming can't survive in. Break the poverty programming or become another generation that passes it on. Be the one who ends the cycle. Be the one who rewrites the story. Be the one who refuses to inherit limitations. You weren't born to repeat your bloodline. You were born to upgrade it. This mindset overhaul. Let's fire it if you want to make real money. I'm talking life-changing, status-shifting, empire-building money. Then you must train your brain to stop obsessing over problems and start obsessing over solutions. Because here's the raw truth. Broke minds magnify problems. Wealthy minds monetize them. The average person sees a roadblock and freezes. A wealthy thinker sees the same roadblock and asks, where's the angle? Where's the profit? Where's the opportunity hidden inside this mess? The difference isn't the environment. The difference is the mind. Most people ruin their own success because their thinking is wired backward. Their mental reflex is panic, fear, frustration, and blame. The moment something goes wrong, they collapse, they shut down, they throw up their hands and cry, why is this happening to me? That's a victim mindset. That's survival mode. That's poverty thinking dressed up as self-pity. You want to get rich, you want to scale, you want to dominate? Then reprogram your brain to stay calm, sharp, and strategic under pressure, because pressure is where the money is. Let me lay this out straight. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how your brain reacts to it. And most people's reaction system is wired for emotional meltdown instead of strategic execution. Solution-oriented thinking is a skill. You build it. You train it. You force it. Every time you face a problem, you're being tested, not your talent, not your resources, not your connection. Your thinking is being tested. The people who win big in business and in life win because their default response is, okay, what's the move? What can we fix? How do we flip this? Where's the opportunity? What's the fastest path forward? While the average person is complaining, the high performer is calculating. While the average person is overwhelmed, the high performer is organizing. While the average person is scared, the high performer is strategizing. And money loves people who think like that. Think about it. Businesses don't get paid for pointing out problems. Businesses get paid for solving them. Employees complain. Leaders solve. Spectators panic. Players adapt. Which one are you? Let me tell you something uncomfortable but true. Most people use problems as excuses to slow down. Wealthy people use problems as reasons to speed up. Why? Because solutions pay. Solutions build. Solutions scale. Solutions separate you from everyone stuck in emotional chaos. Every major breakthrough in history came from someone who refused to be intimidated by a problem. They looked that problem dead in the face and asked, how do I flip this into something valuable? That's the mindset. That's the skill. That's the shift. To train your brain for solutions, you must stop reacting emotionally. Force yourself to respond strategically. Train your mind to stay calm in chaos. Break the habit of complaining. Ask better questions. And refuse to walk away from difficult situations. Because here's the truth winners understand. Big problems are blessing. Big problems separate the average from the exceptional. Big problems create millionaires. Because the bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the paycheck attached to it. A small-minded thinker collapses under pressure. A wealth-trained thinker thrives under it. When something breaks, don't whine, build. When something goes wrong, don't freeze, adjust. When something fails, don't retreat, reposition. That's the mindset of someone who gets paid. Your brain must become addicted to forward motion, addicted to solutions, addicted to progress, addicted to outthinking and outmaneuvering everything that tries to slow you down. Problems aren't stop signs. They're signals. They're invitations. They're opportunities disguised as chaos. Train your brain to hunt solutions like your next paycheck depends on it, because it does. Stop being problem focused. Start being solution obsessed. That's how you get rich. That's how you scale. That's how you dominate. Let me tell you something most people never figure out. Money does not follow talent, luck, or potential. It follows focus. If your attention is scattered, your income will be scattered. If your mind is divided, your results will be divided. If your brain is distracted, your life will be distracted. The wealthiest people on the planet don't have more hours than you. They don't have superhuman IQs. They don't have magic opportunities falling from the sky. What they do have is ruthless, laser-sharp, obsessive focus. Their minds lock onto the target and refuse to drift even 1 millimeter off course. Meanwhile, the average person is mentally leaking energy in 100 directions at once. Notifications, drama, procrastination, doubt, comparison, overthinking, low-value conversations, useless scrolling, distracted hustle. You cannot build wealth in chaos. You cannot scale while distracted. You cannot dominate with a divided mind. This is why I say, focus is a money-making weapon. When your focus tightens, your results explode. Most people treat focus like a mood. They're focused when they feel like it. They're disciplined when it's convenient. They're consistent when the environment is perfect. That's amateur behavior. Professionals, wealth builders, treat focus like oxygen. It's non-negotiable. It's sacred. It's protected. Ruthless focus means you decide exactly what you want. And then you train your mind to stay locked in until it becomes reality. No wandering, no second guessing, no mental shortcuts. You eliminate every distraction that doesn't pull you closer to the target. This is where real money is made. Let me paint the picture for you. Two people work the same hours. One stays intensely focused on one mission. The other bounces between 5 mediocre goals. Guess who becomes unstoppable? Guess who scales? Guess who ends up with leverage, options, and power? The one with the disciplined mind. Focus is a multiplier. Focus is an amplifier. Focus turns average ability into elite performance. You don't need more motivation. You need fewer distractions. You don't need more talent. You need more discipline. You don't need more time. You need more intention. Ruthless focus is built through daily aggressive mental conditioning. You remove anything that steals your attention. You say no to everything that isn't aligned with your mission. You structure your day like a billionaire in training. You block out time for deep work and treat it like a sacred appointment. You train your mind to resist instant gratification. This isn't easy. It isn't glamorous. It isn't comfortable, but it's required. Money gravitates toward people who can stay locked in longer than everyone else. Not the smartest, not the strongest, not the luckiest. The most focused. Let me hit you with the truth. If your environment can break your focus, it controls your future. Your phone controls